fuck away from the car, you white, coked
Look at
out.
all this trash.
Hurt your motherfucking feelings, bitch. Get the fuck away, bitch. And you pick up the trash. We did it for 400 years, bitch.
Just a question. If you're gonna make a racist joke, or just an edgy joke in general that you know isn't gonna be accepted by most people, why would you take a picture and then post it online? Please, just illuminate me. It doesn't make a lot of sense because now we can put faces to names, we can ridicule you, we can point you out for being very rude and crass. It's just awful. It just really goes to show how stupid you are. You're just very dumb. You're very fucking dumb. And to end today's video, we have this. This is a fallen firefighters memorial, and if it isn't already obvious, somebody tagged it with Black Lives Matter. Regardless if you agree with the movement or not, we can all equally recognize how terrible this is. Why would you deface a fallen firefighters memorial? These men and women sacrificed their lives to protect you. They put their lives at risk to protect you. And what do you have to offer them? Destruction and vandalism of a monument that reveres their friends, their fallen friends. Whoever did this probably doesn't care. They just want to be trendy and support the trendy movement. Or they're just being obnoxious about their political views, all while showing their ignorance about their surroundings and what they're destroying. It's just terrible. And it certainly doesn't help your movement. It doesn't further your cause. It just makes people who see this hate your cause, absolutely dislike the movement behind it, and aren't open to hear what you guys have to say. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ailerus, aka Panda Daddy, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, let me know in the comments down below, and leave a like if you liked the video. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, fam. What you doing watching videos and not subscribing? And if you're old, make sure you hit that bell so you get these notifications every time. We can't make videos like this without the wonderful Patreon supporters that help make it happen. So a big thank you to Donovan, Brett, Mina the Swift, Esau, Izuku, Darth Vader 12, Destroyer, Trey, Muffy Luhu, Noah, Vermont, Ethan, John Robinson, Eva, Catherine Taylor, Arjun, Hannah, Keith, Will Belly, Dustin, and Hostmar. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel, there's 2 links in the description. One to my merch store and one to my Patreon. Both funds go directly into the channel so we can maintain what's happening here. And as always, stay zesty.
So what horrible memory from high school lives in your head rent-free? You should be over
11th grade entrepreneurship business class. Mr. Breton, I will never forget you. I was away from school for about a week. I came back to school. He called me out in front of everyone in the class and pulled me out of the class to scold me for being out of his class for a week. I told him I was not in your class because my baby sisters died and I took a week off of school. And he told me that my baby sister's dying was not a good enough reason to miss his class. And then on top of all of it, he made my mom, who just experienced the loss of her children, call the school to prove that I was telling the truth.
Drunk driver 32 streamed herself on Facebook saying screw the police, downing vodka shots just hours before she killed a cop in a hit and run, then sobbed, "I'm sorry he's dead," after her arrest. Wow, I want to say that I'm glad that you're off the street and that you're going to be behind bars so that you can never hurt somebody again, but that's the result of you hurting someone. Somebody had to die for you to get caught. And after your terrible action, all you had to say was, "I'm sorry." I wonder if that was the alcohol talking, or you. If anyone knows this woman, please call the police. She punched my 1-month-old grandson in the head and knocked him unconscious for half an hour. The cops are looking for her. This is her. There is also a picture of the child, but I'm not going to share that. It's pretty terrible. He has a giant bruise and welt on his face after literally getting punched by this creature. I can't think of any reasons why someone would need to punch a baby, but after giving a good look at this person's profile picture and the picture of them being arrested, you need to be a full-tilt idiot and a 100% nobody to feel justified in your decision to punch a baby. Remembering Waco and the 17 innocent lives lost, including 25 children, February 28, 1993. No great loss, they probably would have grown up to be Trump supporters. Imagine lacking so much tact and so much self-awareness that you think posting something like this is remotely appropriate. Are you seriously advocating for the death of people who disagree with you politically? And to make this even darker, you're advocating for the death of people who potentially will disagree with you. These kids couldn't grow up and voice their opinion because they were too busy being set on fire by the FBI and ATF, both government organizations that to this day have yet to apologize for what happened. They straight up blame the Branch Davidians for their own deaths, when there is ample amount of information proving that that entire situation, the whole siege, was a botched situation, and there were many opportunities where those 25 kids and the 76 individuals stuck in the compound could have survived. Anyway, with all that being said, it's still disconcerting to know that there's many people on Twitter and just multiple social media platforms who speak directly like this individual, who hold these values simply because another group of people disagrees with them. You won't believe this. Race dog tests positive for meth. Trainer disqualified. This dude was apparently giving meth to his racing dogs to make them run faster. Who thinks to themselves, I'm going to give my dog methamphetamine just so that you can get an edge on a race? Are you serious? I would assume that the dog would just die, let alone run faster. So not only are you abusing your animals, but you're cheating as well. It really begs the question, what tests did they have to do to find out that these dogs were given meth? Is this a common thing in dog racing? Man busted at JFK with 35 live finches inside hair curlers. I think in all societies, people recognize that animal poachers are the worst. It's one thing to be an animal poacher, it's another thing to be a bad animal poacher. What made this guy think that no one was going to notice a bunch of bird skeletons pop up on the x-ray while he's being processed through the airport? And even if it's not that detailed, there was going to be heat signatures around this dude's waist and ankles that scream, he's smuggling something. This dude is smuggling something. And that's exactly what it was. This guy is so dumb. And hey, I love dumb animal poachers. It makes it so much easier for everybody to save the animals, and now those birds won't potentially suffocate and die inside of a hair curler. Telling him it's okay to vent so I can use his lows against him in the next argument. I'm happy to say that most of humanity is filled with very kind people. People who have ethics and morals and understand that if someone opens up to you, it means that they trust you and they maybe are bringing that up to seek some help. And then there's the people like you who ruin it for everyone else. It's the reason why most people don't open up. It's the reason why most men keep stuff locked up. They don't say anything because they're afraid that the one woman they're talking to, the one woman that they trust, is going to use their traumas against them in an argument. And that's got to be the cruelest thing ever. For the girls and women who are watching this video right now, you guys have been sharing your emotions with each other and other people for your whole lives. You've encountered snakes like this, and you've learned how to deal with it. You can bounce back when you encounter somebody who is this vindictive. From the guy perspective, from the male perspective, not many of us can deal with that. Opening up and taking on that vulnerability is uncharted territory for a lot of men. And women like this can break a guy down and make him never speak his emotions again. A dude will move on, maybe even start a whole family, and his future wife will ask herself why he doesn't open up. Why won't he share his feelings and his struggles with me? This is why. He will never do it again.
Bubba disapproves. So those fish are all dead right now. Goldfish are freshwater fish, and she released them into the ocean. What are you thinking, buddy? And goldfish are freshwater. You know what happens when you put a goldfish in ocean-level saltwater? Their gills basically get fried up and they die a horrible death. So one, you didn't rescue them. You killed them. Painfully. And even if you did release them into a freshwater system, they're extremely invasive. You do not release goldfish into the wild. They're a menace. And by rescuing them, you're literally giving money to the business that you had to rescue them from. You're financially supporting the bad practice. So every aspect of that video is wrong.
Momfluencer Katie Sorensen faces 6 months in jail after going viral with fake tale of Latino couple trying to snatch her kids. Yeah, let's waste the police department's time just for Instagram clicks. Yep, that sounds like a great idea. The lengths people will go for some digital clout will always surprise me because there's never a ceiling to this stuff. There's always going to be someone going above and beyond to net a few thousand likes on Instagram, and as a result, these stories will only ever get more outlandish. Beloved one-legged turkey stolen from Indiana Animal Rescue. Why? Why? You're not gonna get anything for the turkey. It's not like there's a ransom for the turkey. It's just a local turkey that's disabled that people happen to care about. I'm certain someone just kidnapped the bird just so they could eat it because they think that's funny. I'm almost certain that that's what's going down. Like, oh, let's eat the bird that everybody cares about because we're so edgy and cool. When in reality, people are just sad that a disabled turkey is now lost. Like, seriously, nobody's laughing. There's a legitimate news segment about you because you stole an animal from an animal shelter. Dear Oak Park resident, I'm really sorry for taking your flowers out of your garden. All the grocery stores ran out and I literally went to 6 different stores. I'm tired and my mom is waiting. Put myself in my shoes, alright? Before you decide to be upset. Happy Mother's Day. So you were at least aware that you were wrong in what you did, right? To the point where you made this goofy little quirky post on Facebook instead of just going up to the person's doorstep and maybe paying them for the roses. I'm sure people would understand, like, hey, it's Mother's Day, you have roses, if I can slide you like 20 bucks, can I get some? Somebody will understand your plight and will be willing to do that. But no, you stole instead because you're a trashy person.
I've made 6 videos about this, but every single one of them has gotten taken down, so I'm gonna try this again without cursing. This girl, who I strongly disliked, posted this video which has 7 million views. That's mine. Basically, she took this video from my page and put it on her page, and out of context, it makes me look like a horrible person because people can't click on my account and see that it's clearly fake. And she's pretending that I'm her ex-boyfriend and that I'm calling her ugly and saying that she needs to wear makeup, which I don't even know her. I'm upset, one, because she's making money off my video, like my literal video that she cropped my tag off of and put on her own page. Like, it's not like she made her own video inspired by mine. It's like literally cropped out my tag and put it on her account. And 2, I'm upset because she keeps liking comments making fun of my, like, physical appearance. I asked her to tell the truth and she's refusing because she says she's afraid of losing followers.
Gasoline, $16. I filled up a few canisters with regular gasoline 2 weeks ago to use up my Harris Teeter fuel perks, selling in 5-gallon increments at $80 each, 16 bucks a gallon. I prefer you come to West Cary. I will fill the gas for you. If you need to take the canister, I will need a $20 deposit for each canister. The deposit will be returned when you return the canister. Delivery available at $5 per mile. The delivery fee needs to be prepaid via Venmo. Are you serious? Really, while people need gasoline because there's a gasoline shortage on the East Coast of the United States, you're really gonna charge people $16 per gallon? Really? Instead of just helping people, instead of just selling it at a regular price, just so that people can use their cars, you'd rather take advantage of this situation to make a quick buck. Are you serious? And on top of that, you're charging people for delivery, like you're gonna use that money to buy gasoline to recoup the miles, right? Well, that can't be true because there's no gasoline to buy. So while you're delivering all of this gas, you're just pocketing the delivery money. It's not like you're gonna use that to refill your car. So you're just stealing from people. This is just robbery. Hey, kind of a late notice, but do you want to get coffee in the morning? Oh, that sounds great, actually. I'm actually pretty glad you asked. I had a pretty shitty day today. Oh, this wasn't meant for you. Ah, okay, my bad. All good. I kind of figured this wasn't meant for you. What do you mean? I mean, do people actually ever ask you to do things with them? Like, why would you think I would want to go out with you? You know, the conversation could have easily stopped right here. But instead, you chose to take a shit on somebody to bolster your bullshit, bankrupt personality and sense of self. I want to say that I don't understand why people act like this, but no, I completely understand. I get the science behind it. This is a perfect opportunity for you to be cruel to somebody else because you have to. No other way can someone like you with a personality like yours be maintained if you weren't a terrible person. Most people wouldn't even say this much. They would have been like, oh yeah, this wasn't meant for you, and this text message was by accident. That was my bad. Most normal people would say that, but you saw this as an opportunity to take somebody else down. I really hope whoever this is who had to deal with this text, who had to get this response, doesn't take it personally. Just realize that the person's only being this way because they don't value themselves. They feel the need to be a bully because they know that they're inadequate in some capacity. Don't take it personal, just move on and talk to people who actually care about you. I don't even need to go anywhere. I just bought it so no one else could have it. I seriously hope that a stray spark or a stray bullet catches the trunk of your car so you can be reminded, violently reminded, that it's bad to be a greedy person during a shortage. But in all seriousness, the people who are hoarding gas right now are going to have a serious rude awakening when they find out that gasoline evaporates very easily and it seriously doesn't keep for long. That's going to be useless water in like 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah, there's a silver lining here. People who are, hoarding this gas during this difficult time are going to just blow their wallets and bank accounts on fuel that they'll never use, and said fuel will be useless in a few weeks' time.
There's no way. There's no fucking way, dude. There's no fucking way. I ran out of gas yesterday and left my car here, and I couldn't get a ride to come back, and my fucking wheels are gone. My fucking rims and tires. What the fuck? Fuck me, bro. Fuck. They fucked everything up, bro. Oh, I hate thieves. Fuck!
My employer paid me in crypto, it rose 700% in value, now he wants employees to return the crypto and accept dollars. I hope you can go to court for that, because no way should that be legal. No way can your employer just request back that currency when it's worth more. That's not how this works. Or at least it shouldn't work that way. Like if the Federal Reserve were to just stop printing US dollars today, thereby creating deflation, would this employer then go to all of his employees and request, what, a couple $1,000s of their salary back? Because the US dollar now has more buying power? That makes no sense. You wouldn't do that with regular currency, so why would you do that with crypto? Hi, I couldn't help but notice that you posted in your story. I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, what exactly are you talking about? The post about pants not fitting anymore? You must have been a lot of stress and lost so much weight. You look so malnourished. That. It's not a big deal. It's not stress. I wanted to lose weight, and I'm eating enough. No need to feel sorry. Eat a damn burger, fatphobe. I was worried for you, but you're a piece of shit, anorexic bitch. Are you sure that she's the piece of shit? Because in this entire conversation, you've been condescending, you've been very rude, and you called her anorexic. She has yet to be rude to you once in this entire conversation. It's crazy to see these people stand on a soapbox and really think that they're the best person in the room when they're the rudest and most obnoxious people that you'll ever meet. The type of person to put all of their problems on society and other people because they're insecure and hyper aware of their health and their issues, and they'd rather not solve them, but they'd rather take the easy way out and blame everybody else. 1 star, just awful. We had to put our beloved family member Kuzo to sleep on November 2nd. The doctor walked in and introduced himself as, I will be your executioner today. Really? After my dog was put asleep, they asked you need help carrying him out? No bag, no nothing. My husband picked up our 96-pound terrier and proudly carried him through the lobby. Never mind the fact that my 13-year-old daughter had to endure the horrific event. You should be ashamed of yourself, executioner. There's a lot about this that doesn't add up. The fact that you're offended that he tried to make a joke about something pretty dark. The fact that you're putting down your dog. This doctor attempted to make a joke so that you could laugh and everybody isn't too sad about the situation. But you're also mad that he didn't give you a to-go bag for your dog that you put down? You somehow care about your dog's dignity and respect for the family that you can't manage to pick up the dog that you put down, that you killed. So much so that you're mad that they didn't give you a to-go bag to hold your dead animal. Are you serious? You seem like the type to be real fun at parties, huh? Jesus, like you're attempting to ruin this person's reputation in business for doing their job, all because they made a joke and didn't offer you a plastic bag so that you didn't have to carry a dead animal that you put down.
Tell me you have a shitty mom without telling me you have a shitty mom.
I've been waiting on this one. It's my time to shine. So, when I was 20, me and my first husband were trying to buy a house. Well, the loan officer was like, you don't need to be on this loan. And I was like, what? Why? And she was like, you have a lot of stuff on your credit report. So I go to look. My mother put all of her utilities in my name, her apartments in my name, her TV stuff in my name, and never, ever paid it. Then, when I confronted her about it, she told me that it was my problem and that I needed to figure it out, while also informing me that all of her friends promised to pay all of the stuff that was in my name, and they never did, so that that's their problem now as well, and not hers.
Hi everyone, I'm selling this flower and plant photo collection for $10. 1 star, didn't realize I was ordering the collection. I thought I was ordering a Latanta plant. Don't need photos. Let me get this straight, the business gets a bad rating because you can't read? This is Etsy. What makes you think that you're gonna get live plants from this platform? What individual person has the logistics necessary to mail you live plants? If you wanted live plants, Etsy isn't the place for that.
Put a finger down, really, really specific edition. Put a finger down if you've secretly been sleeping with your best friend's boyfriend for the past 3 months, but told her you were at the hospital visiting your aunt dying of COVID.
What the fuck?
You gonna put a finger down?
Are you fucking kidding me? Is this a joke?
She wasn't
Is
supposed
this
to
a
tell
joke?
you.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I had to say something.
On this Earth Day, I'll be driving down the road, chugging empty beer cans, urinating out of doors, and doing an oil change and dumping it into the nearest waterway. Jesus Christ, attention seeking much? I get it, you don't care about the environment, and I can tell that you haven't picked up on the memo, so here it is. No one gives a fuck. Nobody cares if you care about the planet. Nobody cares if you don't care about the planet. You know what people do care about? If you do something. If you actively are trashing highways and littering and polluting, you're just gonna go to prison. And if you are cleaning up the street, if you are trying to prevent pollution, congratulations. That's what most people care about. If you're doing something. No one gives a fuck about what you have to say on Facebook. What you're telling the world is that you're an obnoxious loser who is desperate for attention. Thugs who lay in wait for wheelchair-bound pensioner beat him to death for 120 pounds. So 120 pounds is about $169 and some change. That's how much life is worth to these two people. They purposefully targeted someone who was disabled, who couldn't fight back, and they look like they're mad that they got caught. Well, one of them looks like they're upset for getting caught. The other one looks like he's about to break out in tears because of it. I really, really hope that the other prisoners in that jail treat them with the same amount of compassion and care that they did with the elderly person they robbed. I hope that they're treated exactly the same way.
I go to get this homeless lady food, being nice. Oh, this bitch, she throws this shit at me, bro. That's why I don't give him food. What the fuck, bro? She threw the rice on the door. That shit is dirty now. Now I gotta clean it. Are you fucking serious? What the fuck, yo? This bitch crazy, yo.
Vegan couple banned from owning pets after feeding their severely malnourished puppies a meat-free diet. Look at them. How did these people not know that they're harming their pets? Why do people treat dogs like humans? Dogs are pets. And if you don't treat the dog like a pet, you end up harming the dog, like these people did. And it's not like these people are giving these dogs carrots and lettuce. There's dog food that's branded as vegan. So the industry supports this, when there's already ample amount of evidence that it's a net detriment for dogs to be vegan. Ayo, shout out to the most selfish couple. Someone was having a heart attack at Roma's, and the server was helping the man out, and this couple started complaining about their food not being served to them immediately. This next clip is of two young women who thought it was really funny to dress up as Klansmen on Halloween. My response to when people in other countries get upset when the US government blows up their children. make new ones. There is something special about Twitter and the people who share their hot takes on the platform. These people are enthusiastic about sharing their ignorance with as many people as humanly possible. They have made a sport out of proving to others how little they know about a specific situation or a specific political conversation or topic. Whatever it is, they can do it. They can prove that they know the bare minimum or less. This bottom of the bell curve statement is so bad and fundamentally misinformed that it's barely political. It's just a cruel take that is only going to encourage people to point out how terrible she is. There's no conversation being had here. You're just a piece of shit who wanted a reason to be mean to others. Dad sues mom for tricking him into believing 3 sons were his for 21 years. I don't know where this is taking place, but in the United States and many states within the United States, him simply being married to her makes him legally the father of those 3 sons, which means if he divorces her and those children are below the age of 18, he has to pay child support and alimony to maintain her and her son's lifestyles. And there is no way for him to back out of that because he is legally the father. Probably the only thing that he can do is initiate the divorce on his side first and negotiate seriously low alimony payments, but that's about it. He can't do anything else than that. Given that it was 21 years, I'm assuming that the kids are grown, so he doesn't have to pay child support, but if he doesn't play his cards right, that alimony is going to hit him like a freight train. It's wildly unfair, but it is what it is. It's how things are here, and I'm pretty sure it's how things are in many other places. You ever try to steal a package, but you're really, really bad at it?
Yo.
Indiana couple arrested after 3-year-old daughter tests positive for meth and fentanyl. Officers allegedly found meth, heroin, a syringe, and drug paraphernalia in the couple's Peru, Indiana home. There's only 2 situations I can think of where a 3-year-old child can come into contact with meth and fentanyl. It's either you two are psychopaths and you gave it to the kid, or the kid found it, got into it, and nearly died because of it. It's really something that there are millions of people on this planet who simply cannot have children for X, Y, and Z, but here you guys are with a child, a couple of deplorables, neglecting that child and threatening that child's life because you're irresponsible and you couldn't be bothered.
Go on, please. No,
I'm fine. Go on, please. I've got a boyfriend.
Your boyfriend's a dickhead.
I move over there and fuck off.
He ain't really gonna listen. Forget him. He wants us now.
Oh, give this a enjoyable tango. I put yourself in there.
No, honestly.
Listen, your boyfriend's got this. He's got this.
Okay, all right. Yeah, okay.
Baby girl, listen.
You know you want to put your Snapchat now.
No, honestly.
Fuck your boyfriend. Come on.
I'm good.
What's your boyfriend? What's his name?
It doesn't matter what my boyfriend's name is. I've got a boyfriend.
Where does he live?
I'll see you later. I'll see you later.
Why is that? Come on.
3 a.m. confession. Once, sophomore year in college, I rubbed coke on my gums right before I made out with the dude because I thought he would get a rush and fall in love with me. It worked though, so you just admitted to a felony. If the guy ever finds out that you did that and presses charges, you're going to prison. That's just how it's gonna happen. But with all that being said, what if the guy in that moment had a heart attack and died because he was unaware that you gave him cocaine? You don't know if he had a heart condition. What if he fucking died? But yeah, I guess that doesn't cross your mind because you think you're the main character, you think that you live in a movie, and that he would fall in love with you after you drugged him. It's seriously hard to believe that there's people on this planet who genuinely think that this activity is cute or something worth bragging about. It's really terrible that since you post this on Twitter, there's going to be a whole bunch of lackeys in the comments who agree with you. This next clip is of 2 young women berating and verbally abusing an Uber driver because he won't let them eat in the car.
This is the racist car ride I've ever been in. Him right here, whatever his name is. I didn't call this ride. He said I couldn't eat my food in the Uber. Mind you, I never even, I only took a bite. You get what I'm saying? He was on me from then. He's a racist fuck, a racist Indian fuck. Yes, you. Whatever your fucking name is, we can see you. Yes, you. At the end of the day, that's extremely racist.
If she doesn't leave, I'll have to call the cops.
I don't care. Call the fucking cops. We are entitled. We paid a contract.
I'll do it. Your ride is over. Okay, I'm talking to you nicely. Your ride is over. I've been waiting for your next Uber, but she is being abusive.
Don't let it be you.
Okay? If you want to wait, keep quiet. Wait, no problem. Did I say anything?
Okay, then shut the fuck up. You don't get to decide what we say, what we do. You don't get to on. You don't get to say, oh, we can't talk. It's a freedom. This is New York. This is America, bitch. This is America. We can say whatever the fuck we want. Shut the fuck up. Now you shut the fuck up. Talking about us, we need to be quiet. You shut the
American with no medical training ran a center for malnourished Ugandan kids. 105 died. What is there even to say? How many different systems and checks failed to cause this woman to slip through the cracks and ultimately kill 105 Ugandan children? There's almost certainly more people than her who's responsible for this. This is a great example of incompetence. 100% incompetence.
Drop a car nut on some house shoes. Flaw said when you start rapping, they gon' doubt you. Trying to bubble up.
Period. We'll fuck you up. Like you trying to lock my brothers up.
Riding with 30.
To whoever stole the apple tree out of my yard within the last 20 minutes, April 29th, 6:06, I hope you're happy with yourself. I'm a 23-year-old suffering with BPD, bipolar disorder, and generalized anxiety. Gardening is one of, if not my only outlet for my mental health during this pandemic. I'm writing this in tears, just finally being able to calm myself down enough to write this. I cannot believe how horrible people are at such a sad time in this world. It might just be a plant or a tree to you, but right now, these are the things that keep me happy. And who said you could go around stealing other people's happiness? This next clip is of a 15-year-old girl trying her best to become a nail tech, and her client is actively making fun of her while she's doing the client's nail work.
My nails done by a 15-year-old. I asked for shorter. Damn, she's a little aggressive. And starving. Oh. She's taking forever.
I should build them up more.
Aren't you the nail tech? You the nail tech? A girl what's this? She hurting me. Why? She's so slow. Like hurry.
What's next?
What next? H. These low-key cute.
Alright, so we have a receipt for $80 at a restaurant? Huh, that's funny. There's no tip. Oh, yeah, the reason why is because next time, say Happy Mother's Day. Are you fucking serious? You just deprived somebody of rent and risked their job because they didn't stroke your ego? And you posted this on Instagram thinking that people would like you? No one likes you. You're a bad person. The funny thing is people like you really aren't concerned with Happy Mother's Day or whatever like that, or anything that really strokes your ego. You were just looking for a reason not to pay a tip because you're a cheap fuck.
4.5 years ago, in 2016, I wrote and directed a short called Groundhog Day for a Black Man, which is about a black man who relives the same day over and over and tries different methods to survive a police interaction. Then, 1 year ago, after the murder of George Floyd, I got an email from Now This News. They said, "We've recently seen your short film, Groundhog Day for a Black Man, and found it very powerful. We would love to amplify it and share the message with our audience." They ended up posting it to their Facebook and their Twitter page. Then 1 year after Now This posts my short, Netflix puts out a short called Two Distant Strangers on April 9th, 2021. And it's about a black man who lives the same day over and over again and tries to survive a police interaction. It also got nominated for an Oscar. This hit me when I saw in the opening credits in association with Now This. This past Sunday, they just won an Oscar for that short, Two Distant Strangers. And I don't know what happened. I'm not making any assumptions.
Asian lives don't matter until Black lives matter. With the recent trend of Black on Asian violence in the United States, I think it's a good idea to remind the Asian community that their lives won't matter until Black lives matter. That is some mental gymnastics. Whoa. So the growth in reporting on just random attacks on the street, robbery, and murder of Asian people by Black people in the United States, it isn't because these people are racist criminals who have a hatred for Asian people. It's because apparently Black lives don't matter enough. And if Black lives don't matter, Asian lives don't matter, which justifies all the crime and violence against the Asian community coming from the Black community. Is that really your logic? I doubt that. You just have a hatred for Asian people, and you really don't like the fact that that hatred isn't really coming from the white community, it's coming from the Black community. And that looks really fucking bad. But that's really not even the point. I don't care what your justification is. At the end of the day, this solves nothing. All this does is foster and encourage racial animosity between the Asian community and the Black community. No problems are solved and everybody hates each other. That sounds like a pretty shitty reality. This next clip is of a woman who held up an entire plane because she didn't want to wear a mask and couldn't find her glasses.
Help me find my glasses. Are you recording? That's illegal. That's illegal. That's illegal. You didn't get my permission.
Baby, stop.
No, that's illegal. You didn't get my permission at all.
Please stop.
Do you realize what you're doing?
While you're at it, can you look for my glasses?
Please. This is my fiance.
Okay. I'll stop when you stop.
I'll stop when you find my glasses. No, because that's disrespectful.
I'm disrespectful? Are you kidding me right
How
now?
did I disrespect you?
Oh my God.
How did I disrespect you?
We've been listening to your
Because
crap
you
for
let
hours.
These two lanes. How did I just?
No, you stop. You stop, I'll stop. You stop, I'll stop. Okay?
No, that's disrespectful. No, that's disrespectful with this bald ass. You probably don't get your dick sucked, motherfucker. Virgin ass, 40-year-old virgin right here. 40-year-old virgin going to Vegas with his tokens. Motherfucker, you want to pick at a person that can't see shit.
Baby.
You want to pick at a person that's legally.
And last but not least, we have this bottom feeder. If a man cheats, a real woman will go on her knees, kiss his feet, and apologize for not being perfect. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if your boyfriend cheats on you, you need to understand that you lacked something that made him cheat. Instead of leaving him, find out what you're lacking and apologize to him and be a better girlfriend. A good, loyal woman stays and supports her unfaithful man in difficult times. No, that's what women do who don't recognize their own value. You don't have to put up with that. He did a bad thing. He cheated. You can leave. It's not your fault that he went and fucked somebody else. He made that decision. He's a grown man. He chose to disrespect your relationship, and there's no obligation for you to stay. He disrespected you. There is no reason for you to stay. Why would you date someone who has so much contempt for you, who doesn't respect you, who doesn't care about your relationship? Just go. Dip. Seriously, men and women, if your partner is acting like this, if they say that you have to put up with their adultery because you did something bad, know that you did nothing wrong and you can leave. You're worth so much more than that. That man or woman who's cheating on you is low value. There's plenty of other men and women on this planet. You'll be able to find better. Trust me, you are worth so much more than that. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Ailerus, aka Panda Daddy, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, let me know in the comments down below and leave a like if you liked the video. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, fam. What you doing watching videos and not subscribing? And if you're old, make sure you hit that bell so you get these notifications every time. Yeah, I know this video is a little late in the day. I think I'm uploading this at like 7 or maybe 8 o'clock, today. But it's what it is. You guys wanted the content, so here it is. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I gotta thank the Patreon supporters that make this stuff happen. A big thank you to Light1636, Broken to Asters, Jackson, The Business, Lady Laughs a Lot, Brett, Mina the Swift, Esau, Izuku, Destroyer, Trey, Muffy Luhu, Noah, Vermont, John Robinson, Eva, Catherine Taylor, Arjan, Hannah, Keith Myers, Will Billy, Dustin, and Hostmar. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel, there's 2 links in the description, one on my Patreon and one on my merch store. Both funds go directly into the channel so we can maintain what's happening here. And as always, stay zesty.
Alright guys, so I'm shopping for jeans right now and I see someone on my car. I'm gonna go mess with them right now. Let's see what they're doing. Hey yo, that's a nice car. Yo, what do you do for a living? That's okay. Can I see inside the car though? It's pretty nice.
Not right now, bro. I'm doing something.
Why not? Just real fast. Can you unlock it?
No, not right now, bro.
Come on, just real fast.
No, I'm good.
Alright, get off my car.
Okay, hold on.
I'm sorry guys. Weirdos.
Careful writing. Apparently this wire was found around the Matic Tweed Sterling Loop. I've seen a lot of people figure out ways to deter ATV or dirt bikers from going through tracks. For some reason, people think that's a nuisance. I've seen spikes, I've seen nails, I've seen all of it, but I've never seen a wire strung between two trees meant to pull people off of their vehicles. You can't see it, but the image above is of a guy's neck that's nearly sliced open because the wire was head height. And from what it looks like, these trails are meant for vehicles, so why would anybody feel the need to do something like this? Police, 14-year-old dog dies after being punted by stranger in Seattle Park. This genuinely sounds like mental illness. It sounds like somebody really just needs help and saw a dog and chose to kick it. It's still wrong, but at least there's a reason. I can't think of any other reason why someone would kick a dog so hard enough for him to be punted. With this happening in a park, I'm assuming that the guy was caught. No way can someone run away from that. I'm pretty sure somebody saw. We caring cause men commit like 55% of the suicide rate. It should be 100%. It's funny how people really show their true colors online. I am 100% certain that you wouldn't say this in person. You wouldn't say this with your whole chest because someone would deck you. Even the most radical feminists understand that suicide is bad. But hey, I get it. That anime profile picture offers a lot of protection. You can say whatever you want and nobody will attribute it to your person. But ironically enough, the more that you say online, the more that you reveal about yourself. I wouldn't be surprised that you're just as suicidal as 55% of men. You rejoice in their suffering because you feel it too. And instead of recognizing that you feel joy in other people's misery because you're a miserable person, you'd rather have a blanket hatred of all men because at least you won't be alone. Brazil loses 1,000 vaccines against COVID-19 because someone turned off the refrigerator to charge their cell phone. How do people survive in Brazil? It seems like a very terrible place to live, at least from all of the articles that I read and all of the stories that come out. It doesn't sound like a nice place to be, but I digress. Who in their right mind would do this? Who would unplug anything in a hospital just to plug up their phone? Nearly all machines in a hospital is meant to preserve life in some capacity, so most people show caution when it comes to messing with these things, regardless of how mundane they are. At least that's what comes to my mind. Thanks, dead people, for letting me film here. There is so much wrong happening here. One, you are tap dancing on somebody's family, and two, you're disrespecting everybody in that cemetery. I hope you get haunted. I hope someone possesses you, and I hope you have zero access to an exorcist. I want that spirit to fuck your life up. A reminder to all maps out there, you're 100% valid and deserve all the love you can get. No, you're not valid. No. You are so far from any sort of validity or acceptance. The fact that you guys go out of your way to make art, flags, posts, political movements, all of that to support your sick attraction to children will never not shock me. It's crazy to see people so bold and so loud about their degeneracy. Like, you think people are going to like you for that. Like, you think people are going to accept you. The explanations and justifications for your philia fall on deaf ears. No one's listening. The only thing that people want to do is turn you into a tree ornament. Oh, for the love of God. We at #ZooSexual stand together against hate, proud of who we are and embracing sexual diversity and love of all forms and shapes. That's abuse. That's a really terrible form of sexual assault that you are committing against an innocent creature that just loves you. And do you want acceptance for that? No, that will never happen. You are sick. You are gross. There is no room in any movement for you guys to exist. None. If you were to tell someone that you like to fuck dogs, I would expect that person to hit you across the face with anything nearby. New York shrink tells Yale audience she fantasizes about shooting white people. I had fantasies of unloading a revolver into the head of any white person that got in my way, burying their body and wiping my bloody hands as I walked away, relatively guiltless with a bounce in my step, like I did the world a fucking favor. How is this not racism? Seriously, if you were to switch out the word white for black, Hispanic, Jewish, Asian, this statement would become racist or anti-Semitic, right? If you were to swap out white with gay, trans, queer, lesbian, bisexual, that would be a very vehemently anti-LGBT statement. But for some reason, if you put in white, that's a statement that you can give to a group of students at Yale University, an Ivy League college in the United States. Whichever sick and twisted individual decided to throw and smash a goose's egg against Greg's place today, I hope you know that should you ever fall into the campus lake, we'll be there to hold your head under while you drown. We've been feeding these geese for almost 2 years now, and to see Mama Goose in photos so distressed was awful, especially as she came to show us all of the pieces of her egg that you smashed. Simply put, you're an inhuman fuck. For the people who actually give a damn about the wildlife, we lured the goose parents away and fed them somewhere safer for the evening. Sweet Jesus, 13,000 files. 13,000 files, and you got 210 days in jail? Not even prison, jail for that. I had to search this up. No way would a judge make that type of sentence. No way would a judge make that type of decision. But it makes sense because the guy who got caught is a CEO. He's a former tech CEO in Utah. Yeah, he's wealthy. He had money. So he had the best lawyers on the planet. He probably was buddy-buddy with the judge. And instead of giving this sick creature 15 years, which is the maximum sentence for possessing CP in Utah, he gave him 4 years probation and 210 days in county jail. All because this dude admitted, which means he went to the police and just told him what he did, like that makes this entire situation better. No, he needs to go to jail. He's a criminal. Why is he still on the street? Now, granted, there is a positive result in all this. There's an active position to get this dude fired, to get this judge fired for being a bad judge. Seriously, what the fuck? That is awful. And all of us know, it's so terrible that this is an open reality in the United States. We all know that if he was a normal guy, well, normal in the sense that he wasn't wealthy, they would throw the book at him. They would toss him under the jail. They would bring out the electric chair in the courtroom just for him. But nah, he has money, which means he has influence, which means he can just not go to prison. 270-pound man sits on son and suffocates him while playing a video game. The child's 7-year-old sibling witnessed the incident. That's just the epitome of neglect, man. How do you not know that you're sitting on your own kid? I feel sorry for the 7-year-old because he or she will never forget this moment. This is so strange, it's nearly unbelievable. It sounds like something that you would see in a cartoon. Sitting on your own son. What did you have to do? What was on television? What were you about to eat that was so important than the well-being of your own son that was underneath you? How long did this guy sit until he realized he killed his son? Was he concerned at all? This video shows a store owner accidentally giving a customer his food before the customer paid, and the customer goes out of his way to torment the guy about it, refusing to pay for the food and saying that he's just gonna walk out the establishment with the meal.
Fucked up, they finally fucked up. He gave me my food, I ain't giving him the money that day. He waited like, yo, is he gonna pay me? Look at he want that 650 band and shit. Oh, he should. Just for all that shit, look at oh my God. What the fuck, buddy? He mad as shit. He gave me that food and take the money. Take the what and leave the what? Take the what and leave the...
Woman accused of drowning her Cocker Spaniel laughs in court. There's a lot of people out there who just want to see the world burn, and she's one of them. She's unbothered. She's laughing like somehow it isn't a joke already that she's in prison. She's most likely going to die there, surrounded by 4 walls and behind bars. And to be honest, she doesn't deserve that. You know, I think that's just way too easy of a way to go out. What, die of old age? Nah. Why not we put a bag over your head and put you into some water? College student killed entire family after dad said find a job or move out. That is probably the most basic ultimatum that a parent can give a child. And you killed your parents for saying that. You killed your parents for essentially saying you're grown, you're an adult, make money or move out because we're not going to take care of you anymore. That has to be AAA tier entitlement to say, oh, I'm just going to kill you because you won't give me what I want. Well, at least now he has a job. He's going to be a full-time prison bitch. For all of my Pokemon TCG players, if you're wondering why you can't purchase anything online because everything's extremely expensive and why you can't go to the store because there's nothing there, this is why. Nothing but scalpers, man. It's been hell for months.
If they're running, I'm running. I'm not getting in that. No fucking way, dude. I am not doing that. Holy shit.
Why? Why? Who thinks that this is okay to put online and just openly admit and then encourage others to normalize? You need help. Seek therapy. I swear, every day Twitter proves to me that the platform is just full of filterless freaks who just feel the need to share with the world all of their sick interests and activities. And then, when they get any sort of backlash, they respond like this. Please don't kink shame. Please just normalize it. I mean, it's totally normal to watch animal porn. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. You have a cognitive fuck up. And you need to be away from people. You need to be away from the internet before you hurt somebody.
So here is just a scene of the absolute devastation done by some vandals. I personally think that the word vandals is too fucking calm for these bastards. And I really hope to hell that they got stung to fucking death. Because I'm so sick and tired of this bloody industry where not even the police are interested in doing anything. Here are swarms upon swarms, totally destroyed. How the hell do you warrant the destruction? What is the hell wrong with these bloody people? It just carries on and on and on. After we've added this up, it's nearly 300,000 rands worth of bees and equipment that have been destroyed. And we carry on walking, and it just carries on. I've just got to say it. What the fuck is wrong with this fucking country?
If you're a parent and you let your kids make a mess like this, you're a piece of shit. Yeah, that is so true. I don't understand why people won't clean up after themselves. It's not that hard to make an effort to bring some garbage with you or find a trash can to throw it away. Don't make the waitstaff work harder. Just be a person and not leave a mess. It's not hard. This video shows an IRL streamer walking down the street and she gets groped by a stranger walking behind her.
Oh my god. Ah! Stop it!
Dog for sale, Auburn. She's around 11 and I'm tired of her, to be honest. She was a great dog, used to be able to sit down and lay down, but now she can't hear worth a shit. Shoot me pictures. This hits different because my dog is 11 years old and she's starting to, decline a little bit. And I would never think to give her away because of her, medical issues. So just to hear somebody say that they're willing to give their dog away on Craigslist because the dog can't hear anymore and is elderly just goes to show that not everybody is human. You might be human in genetics, but you're not human in feeling and spirit, because a real human would stick with that animal until they passed away. But nah, you chose to give your dog up to Craigslist. I hope no one responded, and I hope that when you become elderly and you can't see and you can't hear worth a damn, nobody comes to your support. This next video shows a woman stealing from a tip jar.
It's me, yeah. There you go. Kitty comes in with the ice cream, unpaid for. Both of them. Look, she's still doing it.
Gamer attack. Fortnite obsessed thug 18 smashed 16-year-old skull with Walking Dead baseball bat then celebrate it with a floss dance. This is real! After a quick Google search, it is real. This is an actual article. These photos actually exist, and apparently the guy wasn't mentally ill. He just attacked a 16-year-old with a bat that he actually unironically named Lucille because apparently the 16-year-old beat him in Fortnite? How does something like this happen in real life? This sounds like a comedy skit. The photos of what happened to this kid are awful. He's permanently maimed all over a video game. Oh my god. Having a rough day today? My girlfriend got pissed off at me for spending a lot of time at YouTube and not earning anything back. So she deleted all the videos from the channel. She wanted to monetize the channel, and I was not interested in it as it was just a hobby to me and spending a lot of time here to meet new people. That's 5 million views and 24,000 watch hours gone into the bin.
Guys, I deadass just got off work, bro. It's 5 in the morning. I work graveyard, and my ex is literally here, bro. Look, there's a security right here, and that's her car leaving right now, bro. Look at that. That's her license plate right here. This is her, bro.
Dude, I just got a gun.
Fucking weirdo, psycho, pulling up to my job and shit. I'm dead ass being fucking followed. You see that car right there? Yeah, that's my ex's car. Right fucking there. And she's just following me and shit. Look at this. She's blocking my car. Look at this. Look at this. You're blocking my car. You're blocking my car. You are blocking my vehicle and stalking me. Leave me alone. You are stalking me. You just showed up at my job at 5 in the morning. I'm tired. Go away. Dude, you're insane. How did you find my job? Dude, get away from me. Get away from me. Dude, this is literally... Dude, I'm gonna die, bro. I'm dead ass gonna die one fucking day, bro. This is literally insane. Dude, I don't know what's wrong with her, bro.
Dear anonymous passerby, don't worry, you're safe now. Your act of casual cruelty was successful. The complaint you lodged with the Homeowners Association was heard. They had me take down the small tree fort that I built on this location with my sons during the pandemic. No longer will its presence offend your walk. Please enjoy your stroll free from the sound of my children's play and laughter. They are safely back inside now, watching television, I'm sure. Enjoy the unobstructed view of my backyard. I will try to keep up to code. Best, Dave. Homeowners associations can be both positive and negative, but in a lot of ways it's just a nuisance. A lot of people see homeowners associations as a means of bullying other neighbors into doing what you want them to do. And in this situation, probably someone was very miserable and thought that your children's joy just fucked up their day and went out of their way to make a complaint. People are very petty like that, and a homeowners association makes it very, very easy for them to be petty. It would be in your best interest to probably move out of that neighborhood. That's easier said than done, but if you want to be happy, I'd attempt to make some changes. There's plenty of other neighborhoods where you'll actually be treated nicely.
Girls, tell me about a time where your quick thinking probably saved your life.
This one time I was in Target and this girl my age came up to me and she told me I looked super familiar and she started being like, where do I know you from? Like, what high school did you go to? Whatever. And I told her and she was keeping up a lot of conversation and started talking about her and her husband's marketing company. And then we were making more small talk and I told her I was in college and she very quickly ended the conversation and just continued on. And I had this weird gut feeling. And about 5 minutes later, I overheard her in another aisle talking to another girl, but they were exchanging phone numbers to meet up for coffee to talk about a job opportunity with her marketing company. So I stopped the girl and I asked her, I was like, what did she say to you? And she said that she came up to her and said she looked really familiar and had a conversation that was nearly identical to mine, except she was still in high school, so I was too old. And it turned out she was in human trafficking and had been all over in different stores around the area.
Boy 6 shot dead on way to school in apparent road rage incident. Jesus, what's there to say other than that's awful? Imagine getting so upset that someone, I don't know, blocked you or swerved in front of you that you pull out a gun and you shoot wildly and you kill an innocent child. That has to be one of the most reckless things I've ever fucking heard, that someone pulls a gun and then starts firing because of road rage? Because someone did something on the road that you disliked? Or maybe you got into an accident? In what way is that a proper reaction? And now you've taken a child away from a family, all because you or somebody else did something stupid on the road? Are you serious?
I'm Mr. Chase Dean. Let me remind you, to be released from jail on your domestic violence charge, you had to sign a no-contact order, which you just violated, obviously, on camera. Don't worry about deleting it. I've already screen recorded it. Sadly, this is usually the case. The victim gets back with the abuser, and there's usually nothing you can do about it. But it's very rare when the domestic abuser gets back with the victim and records it and flaunts it on camera. That you can do something about. So if anyone knows Mr. Chase Dean, please let me know what county and state this was in. I'm sure the attorney on your case and your bondsman would love to know what you've been up to, Chase.
Retweet if your profile is a safe space for practicing zoosexuals, non-practicing zoosexuals, zoo-curious folks, asexual zoos, romantic/non-sexual zoos. It's okay to be who you are. How about no, you rapist?
Man, y'all never felt that disappoint me. Scrolling through my For You page once again. Just look at, oh, look at the cute little baby. Just, oh, look at that little slot.
What the fuck?
I have $4,000 to give to anyone with information leading to the arrest of the person or people who stole and killed my best friend. All information is confidential. We believe Dakota was stolen from our home near this location. We've been posting for months trying to find him. On January 30th, we got the call that someone found him on the side of the road that was 90 miles away. He was left to make it appear as though he was hit by a car, but he was shot in the head. This is more often than you would think. This happens all the time. People usually kidnap animals because they want a pet. They take the pet home, realize the pet that they stole isn't really cooperating, and they go out of the way to kill the stolen animal. It happens both in major cities and rural areas, so you can't avoid it. You just have to be aware that people want your dog or cat and take action. Make sure that your animals are safe. Make sure that they're protected, that they're not alone if you feel that someone is going to steal them.
Surveillance video from inside the restaurant shows a table of 16 people eating and enjoying themselves. Frida's manager, Jesse Gonzalez, says they were one of the last tables seated around 10:30 Sunday night, a half hour before close.
And they came at the last minute, and we didn't think anything of it.
He says they treated themselves, ordering some of the most expensive things on the menu, including $11 margaritas.
Burritos, the Hefe Grande burritos, the Frida special steaks, steak and shrimp.
But soon he says the bartender got a whiff of something that didn't smell like grilled steak and peppers.
It was just one guy that was just smoking weed, and we asked him to stop, and I guess he was like the leader of the group, and they just went out and listened to him and made a scene.
There's no sound in the surveillance video, but at this point, Gonzalez says the group started berating the staff.
They started getting louder and louder, getting upset, started yelling. That's when they started making offenses to the server and telling them, like, come on, come on.
Eventually, one by one, people finish their drinks and leave the table. Except for these two women left behind. They didn't seem to be in as much of a hurry. She even carries her blue margarita away from the table and continues to drink it after the group ignores staff and skips out on their $420 bill. Gonzalez says they even pushed one of the servers in the stairwell. He says he's never seen anything like it.
Our walkouts are, hey, they forgot to pay, or they'll come back the next day. Major walkouts like that, that's our first biggest one.
Gonzalez says he thinks they planned the whole outburst, so they could skip out on the bill.
You don't think that they're going to do that, especially on a Sunday night. And, yeah, just one guy got them all riled up, and they all left at the same time.
Woman shot nail salon owner because she was unhappy with the cost of mani-pedi, police say. Wow, so if you don't have money for a service that you need to pay for, you could always pull out a gun, and now everything's free. I totally understand. Makes sense.
Do shit like that? No, that's not. You don't fucking drop shit off alongside the road. That's fucking garbage. Hurry up, load that shit up, get the fuck off this reservation. Don't fucking bring your garbage out here anymore. see that shit again, you'll fucking be like, fuck, yeah, I didn't give it away. There ain't nobody here to fucking pick it up. Don't fucking come garbage off here anyhow again. I'll follow you till you leave the reservation, motherfucker. I don't want to fucking see that shit happen here again.
Rochdale grooming gang member 51 who got girl 13 pregnant and trafficked a 15-year-old says that we have not committed that big of a crime, as claims it would breach his human rights to be sent back to Pakistan. Your human rights are being violated. Man, I guess that's crazy. We just can't send you to jail because your human rights will be violated. Oh man, I can't think of anybody else who may have had their human rights violated or just any rights violated by your hands. Nah, no way. You know, it's funny, I've been hearing a lot of these stories come out of the UK, man. What is going on with these grooming gangs, and how come nobody's going to prison?
You are looking at two brazen thieves caught in the act. What are they trying to steal? A 200-pound Galapagos tortoise. They struggle to pick it up to get it into their truck. The owner, Jerry Fife, sees what's happening and confronts them. You can hear him trying to stop them from taking his beloved tortoise. Jerry successfully scares them off, but what happens next to the tortoise named Jasmine is heartbreaking.
They jumped in their truck and in their haste to escape, flipped the truck around and ran over the tortoise.
Jerry raises tortoises at his home in Phoenix and has had Jasmine since she hatched 27 years ago.
Raised her up for the last 27 years.
For Jerry Fife, this tortoise theft gone wrong was like losing a member of the family.
That tortoise has been with me longer than any other living thing in my life.
Dunkin' employee says he was fired for giving donuts that would have gone to waste to the homeless. That's gotta be the world's worst PR for Dunkin'. From a business standpoint, I understand the apprehension to giving stale food to homeless people, or even potentially just good unsold food to homeless people. That leaves a business open for lawsuits, and no business is like that. But at the end of the day, did you have to fire the guy? No. Yeah, he broke a rule, but at the end of the day, you could have just chose to keep him as a worker. Now he's out of a job and you look like a piece of shit. Because how are you going to explain this to everyone, Duncan? How are you going to explain to people that you fired someone for doing a good act? You're throwing donuts into the garbage. That's just wasted food. So why not give it to someone who needs to eat? I understand from a business standpoint your apprehension. But at the end of the day, what are you? A human or a corporation? Personally, I would have a hard time getting over the fact that we're throwing away tons of food that we could give to people. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ailerus, aka Panda Daddy, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, let me know in the comments down below, and leave a like if you liked the video. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, fam. What you doing watching videos and not subscribing? And if you're old, make sure you hit that bell so you get these notifications every time. I really wanted to take my time on this video. It's been a second since the last episode, so I just wanted to make this one perfect, special, full of all of the individuals that you and I hate. And as always, we gotta thank the Patreon supporters that make videos like this possible. Thank you to Curie the Sloth, Light1636, Broken to Asters, Jackson the Business, Lady Laps a Lot, Brett, Mina the Swift, Isa, Wazuku, Destroyer, Trey, Muffy Luhu, Noah, Vermont, John Robinson, Eva, Catherine Taylor, Hannah, Will Billy, and Dustin. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel, there's 2 links in the description, one on my merch store and one on my Patreon. Both funds go directly into the channel so we can maintain what's happening here. And as always, stay zesty.
Salad.
Smaller one.
No, I'll get it myself.